Hey friends, let's talk time. What is your relationship with time? What are the words you frequently use to describe time? Are you the type of person who says a lot, "I'm sorry, I don't have time," when you're being invited? Or time seems to move so fast? Or I always feel I'm running out of time. Those words determine how you treat time. How you describe time is how you treat time. And you're either a victim of time or you're in charge of time. And you get to pick which one. Now, back in the day when I was still working full-time jobs, I prioritized my job. I worked a lot. I liked it. Not always at the end, but I liked a lot of the time I liked working. So when I got invited by my friends to do fun stuff like dinner dates or whatever, I a lot of the times would say, "I'm sorry, I don't have the time." And it wasn't until I went on a sabbatical where I purposefully took time out was when I discovered my victimhood almost relationship with time. Because in the first week, I bought this amazing four-wheel drive car. And I had a plan to travel around Australia, or at least a big part of it. And that car had everything on it. Like you could spend months in the outback. And I was really proud. I had bought it in the beginning of the week, and the rest of the week I spent planning out my journey. And I had set my intention to leave on Friday. But on Wednesday, I met this amazing couple in a restaurant, and they invited me to join them on this weekend trip to Rottnest Island, which is an island just off the coast of Perth. And I responded with, "I'm sorry, I don't have time." And they looked at me funnily and they said, "Wait, you have heaps of time, right? You have a sabbatical. There's nowhere you need to be. You can do whatever you want. You are in charge." And that moment, it hit me. I'm like, you're right. You're right. I do have time. It's just that in my head, I made up I don't because of, I don't know, I think it's a habit or something. And that's when I started to dig into this whole topic of time. And I realized a lot of us are treating ourselves as victims of time, where time sort of like has control over us. And if you're right now listening to this and you believe and you hear yourself a lot of times saying you don't have time, or you think you don't have time, and even right now you think, "Yeah, but Marianne, I really don't have time. Like my schedule is full." I invite you to keep listening. To keep listening, because by just changing a few words, I can help you shift your perspective and have you take charge of your time. That's not a complete sentence, but either way, you'll get it. Because if there's one thing fair in this world, is the amount of time we've been given on a single day. I don't mean like some people obviously get to live 100 years and other people 50. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about every single day when you wake up in the morning, the amount of time ahead of you is the same for each and every one of us. It's the same. And the choices we have made in the past determine where we spend our time on. Like this morning you woke up and there was sort of like a preset list of things that you spend your time on based on choices you made in the past. But those are your choices, no one else's. And then okay, I have to work. I have to do this. I have to do this. Not true. You choose to do it. You choose to do it. Yes, there will be consequences if you don't, of course, but it's still a choice. Don't let time or your choice or anybody else take away your power to choose how you spend your time. Now, when someone invites you over and you say, "I don't have time," is it really because you don't have it? Or because you choose not to make time for this specific event? And that is for me where the massive change in how I viewed time came in. It was no longer something that I had or had not. Time is not something I have or I have not. Time is something that I make or make not. And with that simple change in wording, I took back power, or at least that's how I felt it. And yes, that's harsh sometimes, because now when a friend calls and I consciously choose not to make time for it, I also state that. And there's a whole bunch of stories we then make up in our head of how that is perceived. That then they're gonna think that I'm a bad person. Like saying you don't have time, people are like, oh, yeah, okay, you don't have time. But saying, I'm sorry, I cannot make time for that, or I choose not to make time for that, that feels like harsh, right? And yet it's the most empowering thing ever, because you take back charge of your time. Now, I want you to become aware, and that's what this video is about, is I want you to become aware of your relationship with time. And right now, if you're watching this and everything is great, like the amount of time you spend on the different areas of your life is exactly how you want it to, then just stop watching. This obviously isn't meant for you. But if right now, if you look at your schedule from Monday to Sunday, and you feel that things are not in balance, you feel that elements of your life are not getting enough attention, and other areas of your life are maybe getting too much attention, then rethink your relationship with time and rethink your choices. And instead of saying, I don't have time to see my friends, I don't have time to exercise, I don't have time to do whatever you value, say actively, I choose not to make time for this. I choose not to make time for my family. I choose not to make time for my health. I choose not to make time for my friends. Because that's what you're doing. And now I don't want to be harsh and I don't want to be mean. I just want you to take responsibility back of your own choices, because time is yours. Not in the sense of have or have not, but in the sense of making it. You have the power to choose to make time, and you're either choose to be a victim, I don't have the time, or be in charge. Make the time. You have that power, we all do. You don't have to learn anything for it. It's already innate in you by changing your language. So, what are you choosing to make time for? And what are you choosing to not make time for? And stand by those choices. I promise you, in the beginning, this will feel uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Because it's taking radical responsibility for your choices. And that's harsh. But be compassionate about yourself. Don't judge yourself for the choices you made in the past. Just, it's a fresh new day. And you can start over. You can make new choices. But claim back your power in relationship to time. It's yours. Your power. Now, if you have loved this video and if it was of value to you, I would love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I am posting a video every single week. It's always a video around a mindset, habits, using different language like this one to change your perspective. So I cannot wait to see you there, and I'll see you next week. Have a great week.